So the Cantillon effect is when governments or central banks print money, it doesn't go to everyone in the population equally. It goes to the insiders, the political insiders.
Amen. So who would be the political insiders today?
Clintons. These are the insiders that are buddy-buddy with the people, the central bankers, who are printing the money. They're closest to it. So they get it, and it hasn't got out into the economy to create inflation in either consumer prices or assets. So their purchasing power, they get the maximum benefit from this money printing, where by the time it gets down to the average Joe, if it ever does, prices have gone up so much that their purchasing power is less than it was before they printed the money in the first place.
In the last just 10 years, since the financial crisis, what the Fed has done is they've electronically, I call it conjured or fabricated, because this money doesn't come from profit or revenue or anything real. It literally comes from their ability to, create it out of nowhere.
Hello everyone, Dan Dog Crypto. Sharing Pzen, the economy of Pzen, which has three simple functions. It has a redistribution, a burn, and a charity wallet. The max supply of Pzen, 880 million Pzen tokens created. The burn function, so this means that the economy is deflationary. The 2% pay it forward in the Pzen economy goes into a pool. This pool, there's a deduction. You're going to have a burn. So this burn that occurs is 0.01% deducted from the pool. There is also a charity that the DAO controls, 0.2%. The remaining 2% of the pool gets redistributed to all the holders. So those would be the cooperative participants, the holders that are holding Pzen in their wallet, which creates an income producing asset. Pzen, the code, identifies the function. So what it's doing, it's an ERC20 token, which allows any programmable distribution as the code is identified. What is happening here is the information of things. So Pzen is within the Ethereum community, which it's written and coded on Ethereum. So now the code becomes an economic economy with a function. It has the ability to produce what it says. There will be a redistribution. There is a burn that is occurring, and there is a distribution to a charity wallet. So the function is simple. It will always say what it does. So the transaction transfer size. So the size becomes that variable, but there's a transfer that is occurring. So if it's a buy, a sell, or you transfer it to any other wallet, there will be a redistribution. The code identifies that because it has identified with the Ethereum virtual machine, identified your self-custody wallet. This wallet becoming an income producer. You don't have to stake Pzen. Pzen at the present time has approximately 2,300 holders. I believe it's an early opportunity with Pzen. The odds of probabilities. Can Pzen, the community, what we're seeing in cryptocurrency, we have blockchains, we have bridges, we've had centralized finance, which are exchanges, and we had FTX, the most recent one, to collapse, because that is a centralized. So when you hold your coins on a centralized exchange, they actually control and hold the cryptocurrency, the tokens. In DeFi, which Pzen is a decentralized finance on Ethereum, within the community of Pzen, you have a wallet, MetaMask, which is a DeFi, allows you to interact. It's a self-custody. You hold your own private keys. Now it's allowing you to interact. You can use Uniswap to interact and create a transfer. So this transfer, which is transaction transfer size, the size is the variable. That represents the volume. So the frequency, the interaction, the redistribution, that represents time. So what Pzen, based on the code, because it's immutable, it's identifying that any interaction, when there is a buy, a sell, or a transfer that occurs, it identifies that. And what happens now, a distribution, a redistribution that occurs. So now, how often, that's why the frequency is so important, because how many interactions, what are the intervals of these interactions? So as the community, because within Ethereum, the ERC20 tokens, there's all communities. So now you identify, you do your research, but you may use a decentralized exchange that has no middlemen, that you can interact and transfer. Well, within the community, as the communities grow, the value of a specific token may grow as well. It's growing community. With Pzen, they're called Zenites. So a Zenite represents anyone that holds Pzen. They're a participant, a holder of Pzen. Why hold Pzen? Well, you do your research, and if it qualifies and meets your personal investment horizon, do you feel comfortable with it? Anything that you do, you have to feel comfortable. And of course, never interact and invest anything, because certainly we don't know that you're, in theory, not willing to lose, because the crypto market is very volatile. But we're seeing what's happening in the economies of the world, where the Federal Reserve is designed to control and function to create stability in an economy. So they print money to create flow within an economy, to get an economy moving, so there's no deflation. So the Federal Reserve increases the money supply. So this money supply that expands, now how much money enters into the economy is crucial because the offset of this is inflation. That's why it's very important to hold assets that appreciate. So appreciating assets. In this case, Pzen is a compounding asset because of what the code is identifying. Well, when an economy gets overheated, what the Federal Reserve now does, it starts slowing down the amount of money entering into an economy and also starts taking air, as I say, air out of the balloon to slow down the flow, to bring back everything to where they're deeming it to be for inflation. Their target at this point is 2%. So you always have peaks and then valleys, and then you have a duration as you may enter into a recession. So I believe Pzen is an alternative economy where the participants, the holders, cooperatively hold and are the true owners of the network. So as it grows, what happens is you may have price appreciation, but as we're seeing, there's volume that is entering into Pzen and there is movement. So every interaction we are seeing with Pzen a distribution. So it is working. The code is doing what it said it will do. So price at this point is irrelevant because you're receiving a compounding effect. Day 87, very early in the Pzen journey. Now, as the participant or a holder, you may share and educate others about the benefits of Pzen and how it works within this economy, Pzen, an ERC20 token. How you have your wallet that holds Pzen, which is a self-custody wallet. So when you share, if you choose to share it, you're educating, but it's communities. What cryptocurrency is building communities, but also it's a Metcalfe's law. It's creating a network effect. The benefits. That's how any economy, any interaction, anything that occurs, as something grows, you need interactions and participants. I believe Pzen is an early opportunity because there's only 2,300 holders. The economy is uncertain. A lot of things that have happened within the crypto community, the implosion of FTX and others, but those were centralized. Decentralized finance has not been affected, but yet there's been a dark cloud over it. But I believe that once the uncertainties and everything that has occurred, and as we enter a new spring or summer, as they say, a bull market, there will be upside potential. But always your gains, or most gains, are made early. So do your homework, research. If it feels comfortable, you learn and understand the value of Pzen. Thank you, and I wish you the best.